Hi TBTB fans! Hope everyone is doing well and staying safe amid coronavirus. Today I'm going to talk a little bit on how coronavirus has affected me in my life as a person with a disability. So currently I don't live in New York, I live in New Jersey, which has been hit almost as hard as New York, but not quite. So it's a little easier for me to quarantine because of that. However, I've been lucky as I've been able to continue to work. I've been working from home for a couple years, so that didn't really change much. Although I have been working significantly less than I usually do at this time. Another way that the coronavirus has affected me is that I was in the process of moving into my own home when this hit, and I was in the process of hiring personal care assistants to help me because of my disability. I need almost 24/7 care. And right now that's taken care of by some family members and my partner and a couple friends. That is before coronavirus. But unfortunately, due to the coronavirus, I wasn't able to move as I couldn't hire a team of care assistants to take care of me, just in fear that I would get sick or someone who didn't have the symptoms but had the virus would pass it on to me. So that's definitely been a big disappointment. As the house I currently live in is really not wheelchair accessible, or accessible to me at all. So that's something that's kind of been hard to deal with. And also, in turn, I've had to reduce my current personal care assistant staff. Now only my family members and my partner are taking care of me, which is stressful, to say the least. But I'm hanging in there and hoping that soon this will end and we can go back to a semi-normal life. I don't think it's possible to go back to a normal life, at least right away. I do want to say that something positive that's impacted me about coronavirus. Typically, I'm kind of a workaholic. I feel like society, it's ingrained in us that we should be productive all the time. And that's a mindset that I've always had, unfortunately, and it's been hard to not have that mindset before coronavirus for me, just because I'd be working 6 days a week and then I have one day off and I go and do something fun, but fun and relaxing aren't the same things. I get tired a lot more easily than someone who isn't disabled. Some people call it spoons. I don't prefer to talk about it that way, but I get a lot more fatigue than the normal person. And me going out somewhere, it's physically demanding. It's a full day of work for me. Even if I'm not using my body in a traditional way, even if I'm just using my arms to operate my wheelchair, it's pretty taxing. So anyway, a good thing that has come out of coronavirus for me is that I've been able to relax a lot more. I've been able to take time to do things I enjoy doing, like reading. Reading is my favorite, one of my passions, besides theater. And I've had time to do that, and I've had time just to unwind and think about the future, which has its pros and cons, of course. Before I go, one thing I want to address that I've been hearing a lot about coronavirus is that's ableist. Is how people are saying, oh, all we have to do is have the disabled people and people who are immunocompromised, have them quarantine, and the able-bodied people can go out and have their normal lives. A lot of people don't understand how disabled is, but it's incredibly ableist to me because it means that people who are immunocompromised or disabled don't mean as much as the able-bodied society. If we don't go out and live our lives, why is it fair that it's okay for able-bodied people to go out and live their own lives? Why shouldn't we have the same rights and civil liberties as everyone else? So if you hear that piece of that jargon going around, it's completely ableist, and I don't believe that that's something our country should participate in. But even before coronavirus, disabled people and immunocompromised people are self-isolated, especially during the flu season, the cold season, so that we don't get sick and die. So unfortunately, I don't think that's going to change, but it's just something I wanted to bring light to. Some people, disabled or not, might not know that. So thank you for having me, and I hope you enjoyed my little rant. Again, hope everyone stays safe and has a great week. Bye!